to the Sunday Songwriters. I'm not sure what episode number this is, but my name's Clint, and we're excited to have you back here where we get the chance to sit down with some songwriters who are taking part in the Sunday Songwriter series, which happens here in the Spirit Room. It's a little bit different setting than my past episodes. This morning I decided that it would be awesome to just do it in the Spirit Room, even though it's clearly not open, but we're here right now. So I am incredibly excited about the show coming up on in August 16th here in Mansfield, Ohio, with Kylie Sackley and Matt Rogers. This is one of the shows that I have been most excited about over the last 3 years, and I'm equally excited to get the chance to talk to Kylie. So welcome to the Sunday Songwriter Series, Kylie. We're excited to see you here in Mansfield. I'm excited to talk to you today.
Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Hi, Clint. I didn't realize you were filming from the spirit room. I'm
Yeah.
so excited to see this room.
It was just something I woke up this morning and said, you know what? I think I should just go do it in the spirit room, because you always wonder, you worry about what's behind you when you're doing video. But yeah,
Totally.
they talk about being in it. I'm in it. I'm in it today.
Yeah,
So
I love it. Well, I'm happy to be here and thank you for taking the time.
yeah, you're joining us from Nashville, I assume.
Nashville, Tennessee. I'm from my office, my studio office at the house. So, yeah. It's a balmy Nashville, Tennessee. It's been very toasty here.
Yeah, I think we're all experiencing the heat. I just saw there's more coming towards the next couple of weeks of July. It's been a hot summer in Ohio, and I was in the South. I was down in Athens about a week and a half ago. 100 degrees. It was wild.
You know what's crazy? I'm playing in Athens the week after Ohio.
Are you? Where are you playing?
Yeah, I have a run in Georgia. That's a great question. I'm waiting on the details.
I could
They
probably
just tell me to be somewhere and I
I could
go.
probably just start at the list and work down, and we can figure it out eventually. Um,
Totally.
I had the chance. I had the chance. I went to college there, so I grew up in South Georgia, and my formative music years were at the University of Georgia. I was a music major, so that's
Amazing.
where I got this crazy idea to go out and try to write songs for a living, and which ended up in saying, you know what, I'm done with that. I just want to give people the space to play the songs that they've written, because I fell in love with Eddie's Attic over in Decatur, and rooms like that, like the Bluebird, and so I have my own now.
Oh, I
It's been
love that. I love
yeah,
it so much. And the writing is always there for you. It's always a tool, you know.
right.
Yeah.
If you can find when you can actually sit down and do it. That's one of the things I'm really excited to talk to you about
Yeah.
is kind of the process, and how you fell into that. So first, let's talk a
Yeah.
little bit. I'm sure many people who have clicked on this know your accolades, right? They know your skill set, they know what you've accomplished, but just in case they haven't, you have. You have a lot of songs out there. You've written for a wide range of artists. You have songs that have been recorded by a wide range of artists, from Alan Jackson to Faith Hill to Keith Urban. Lots of songs, millions of streams, millions of plays. And I want to talk to you. I'm really excited to talk to you about what that process looks like.
Yeah. Well, I mean, to begin with, let's talk about self-discipline, right?
That's
Because
probably where I failed.
right. Well, I mean, it's the battle for every creative is like, and also finding balance, in that because we're in the music industry. There's very few boundaries. The hours aren't the same, as a normal 9 to 5. So self-discipline in making yourself sit down and say, I'm going to be creative today, even if you're not in a co-write. I think some of that's important. Circle back to the original question for me so I can answer that correctly.
I don't even remember where we started now. But we were talking about the
Like
process. I probably
the
jumped ahead.
process.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I mean the process. You know, for me, I'm self-published, so I set up all of my co-writes. So I'm very intentional about who I want to work with, what that looks like. So that. has been, I've had 20 years of publishing deals. That has been really wonderful for me. Publishers are amazing. They don't always know who they're setting you up with, so to be able to like be a little more established in Nashville and be able to reach out to artists and put together the rooms that I want to put together. I mean, that helps with discipline because you're excited to, to go right with this combo that you've thought of. So it's sort of constantly the wheels turning of like who'd be great in a room together, what would the fit be like? Sort of, yeah, all of that, I guess.
So to that point, when you're putting a room together, you're working with publishers. Are there times when you are specifically crafting something for a certain performer, or are you do you start with the room first and then see where it goes? Is it a mixture of both? I mean, what's that look like?
I mean, typically I'm writing with artists in the room, so yeah, my intention and focus is on what this artist wants. So part of that is sitting down and getting to know them, knowing their story, knowing what they want to talk about, yeah, yeah.
So it could be some of both. It could be some
Yeah,
of both.
absolutely. I mean, it depends on the room. If you're writing with just writers, which I still love to do, which is very old school Nashville, the new way is got to have an artist in the room. But if you are writing with writers, absolutely, you're going to feel it out. You're going to, I like to say I'm pretty good at reading a room. So I try to sit back and do that when I walk in. I'm feeling the vibe, I'm feeling the moods, I'm feeling the temperature of the room, and I sort of go from the cues of that to direct us in a direction for the song.
I believe I read in an interview that you said is one of the things you feel like you're one of your abilities or one of your superpowers is able to kind of fill in the gaps, like whether there's in something in the process or there's a space in the song, but to recognize and those gaps and kind of get over those voids. Is that
Yeah.
something musically or lyrically, or is it just the part of the process?
Well, every ride is different. For me, I grew up with three older sisters, so but also a dad who loved country, Don Williams, Dolly Parton, and I mean, he also loved Fleetwood Mac and Dire Straits and some of that. Alan Jackson, I grew up on Alan Jackson, so to have two songs recorded by Alan Jackson was like, what is my life? But my older sisters were very pop influenced, so I'm I'm this like melting pot of all of it. So I think that really works in my favor in writes where I can write pop and I can write Alan Jackson stuff. I grew up on all of it. So I'm I'm down to clown with whichever way you want to go. I just want you to know as an artist what you're doing and what your direction is, and then we chase that.
So, do you find that there's times? One of the things I've never really considered is writing for an artist. I'm and the artist being in the room. I haven't been in that space, so I haven't really thought about that. Do you find? Have you ever found a time in the process where you're working on something for them, and you had to say, "Look, you got to go. You got to go outside until we get this done." Have you ever found that kind of situation?
Wait, sorry, you froze for a second. Where I need to go outside or them?
No, no, the art where you have to send the artist outside of the room. Like you're in the process, and then you have to say, "Look, you're gonna have to wait outside until we get this done."
Listen, I've thought it. I've thought it. I wouldn't say it's etiquette per se. I will tell you I take a lot of pee breaks, and that is intentional because I have a couple of moments to just collect my thoughts because when there's a lot of voices in the
Yeah.
room, sometimes it's not just three people. Three's great, two's better. Four or five people, it's very overwhelming. Like when you're locked in on thinking, like I'm a mapper, I was a lyricist first, and I want to know where we're going, how we're getting to this bridge. And when there's five different voices in a room, and we're talking about musicians, I mean, we're all just batshit, aren't we? Like, so yeah, it's like herding cats to sort of lock in and get the song for sure.
So let's back up a little bit. You won Star Maker in Australia, and that kind of sent you in a trajectory of a certain way. And feel free to tell me that I'm incorrect on this, but there's a certain scene in Australia, and you kind of formulated your career there. You come to Nashville,
Mhm.
which I assume is a very different environment. And I'm making some assumptions here, but um, sometimes I think of it as a very specific song centric. Right, this song could make you, and then you ride that song. It's a little bit of a machine. I don't mean to be derogatory towards. I don't mean that in a derogatory term. It's just
No,
what happens. A
it
lot of.
it is what it is. Yeah, it is a
Uh,
machine. Absolutely.
did you find that there was a lot of? I'm sure there was a lot of learning and adjusting, but what are, I guess are there some major differences that you had to overcome or just kind of reshape the way you looked at things when you came to the U.S. and landed in Nashville and took off on your way?
Yeah, to give a little bit of backstory, because Star Maker is an Australian competition, essentially it's the American Idol of country music. It's like the biggest thing you can win in country. I came through talent quests from 12 to 18 when I won Star Maker. So yeah, I thought I wanted to be an artist, and I'm an introvert. Even this, I was so nervous before this podcast. And I came to Nashville. I won Star Maker. I spent a year touring Australia. I won equivalent of a CMA Horizon Award Best New Talent at our version of the CMAs, and I got on a plane the next day to Nashville to come write for my first record. Important point here is I've always been a songwriter. I was in my bedroom at 8 years old writing poems. It has always been my number one passion. I just didn't realize you could make a whole career on it because in Australia that's really difficult to do. So I came to Nashville to write for my first record, met so many writers. Music Row was publishing houses, record labels, everyone. There's this whole community here, and it's focused on the freaking song, and that was so refreshing. And for the first two visits, I visited Nashville in 2002. I came for 4 weeks on both trips, extended for 10. I love Australia. Nashville is a whole nother beast. And I was just like, oh my God, I have to be here. I have to be in the scene. So I went back to Australia, toured 2002, got a work visa, moved permanently at the top of '03. What I learned quickly is Australia and America are two different languages. So I had to learn to speak Southern. I had to learn the language. I had to learn tailgates in Georgia and like it's not a ute and we're not saying bloke and it truly and to this day remains a challenge for me. If I go back to Australia for any period of time and come back, I forget how to rhyme in this accent. I throw rhymes out and people
Wow.
are like, you've been in Australia too long. Like, yeah, it's kind of a trip, but it's also I love a challenge and it has been so fun to learn this language. I would say that's the biggest hurdle. Yeah, I'm not a southern boy from Georgia who grew up on red clay, but I have to write about it and I have to write about it convincingly. So it's like you need to do your research.
Right.
So yeah, I would say that's been a hurdle, but God, I just love my job, Clint. I love it. 23 years. I wake up like a racehorse at the gate every day I'm riding, and I'm like, let's freaking get this thing going. Like, yeah,
That's amazing. I that work ethic. I, hosting this series, I've been very fortunate to meet several people who wake up and do that all day. I'm sure you've met Eric Erdman.
oh
Um,
yeah,
I
love him.
I'm fascinated by the way you guys work. It was something that I probably did for a very short period of time when I was in college, or a couple of different times, and but I just wasn't able to sustain it
Yeah.
because I, would go chase something else somewhere else. But
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
and to circle back on the self-discipline, even for myself, I manage my own calendar. I can take as much time off work as I want, or I can work as much as I want. And I want to work and I want to find balance in all of that, but it's like you have to have the discipline to go, all right, I'm going to make shit happen today.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of that a little bit, there's there's the term singer songwriter, and then there's songwriter, and
Yeah.
there's frequently a very gray area for a lot of people. Um,
Yeah.
but I mean, for me, if I would find myself probably itching to get out. I have to get out and I have to play this. I wouldn't want to go tour for 18 months. But if I'm
Me
writing,
neither. That's why I
I,
got out of it.
yeah. So would you, I mean, do you consider yourself a singer songwriter? Do you feel like there's really a difference in just a
Yeah.
songwriter or a singer songwriter?
I do. I do. I mean, one has chops vocally and one doesn't. And
That's
and
for
there is a big difference, but I also grew up as an artist, and I still Ohio is one example of many shows I play through the year, which is the beauty of my gig because I still get the feel of a little bit of the live stuff. I still get to hug people and tell the stories behind the songs and all of that, but I'm not on radio tour and I'm not leaving my family and gone all the time. And I'm so thankful for the people that do that so that we have a job, but it's not for me.
I noticed over the last 5 to 8 years that a lot more artists, specifically country artists, are just they've scaled back. They don't stay out. They'll go out Thursday, Friday, Saturday,
Yeah.
and come back Sunday. Even people who are playing
Yeah.
arena shows or coliseum shows have pulled back on that because it looks like they want to be home more, um, and it's more comfortable, I guess, for the process.
Yeah.
A lot more focus on being
Yeah, and I
healthy.
think more than, and that's what I was going to say, and I'm a huge advocate for mental health. I've spent the last 10 plus years in therapy. It has changed my life. There is a movement in the world, and definitely in Nashville, of, like I said, there's no boundaries with this stuff. Like, people will work you to death. You need a team around you that go, we need you to be as mentally healthy as you can possibly be, and that means scaling back a little bit. But I think because the stigma has been removed around mental health so much, so many more people are doing that, and I love to see it. Because if you don't fill your own cup, you have nothing to give anyone.
Yeah, you have to take care of yourself to be able to give all of that back on a regular
Yeah.
basis.
And to be able to show up 100% every time. You can't operate on 30% all the time. And our lives are crazy. The travel that, I'm just doing singer-songwriter shows, still the travel and the hours and the lack of sleep and all of that. It's very jolting to the system. So I just love to see that people are taking care of mental health.
Awesome. So you're going to be here in Mansfield, Ohio on
Yeah.
August 16th. You're going to be with Matt Rogers. This will be Matt's second time around here in the Spirit Room. So excited to have you guys. Uh, I tell my audience all the time, one of the ways I discover or decide who I really would like to get in the room is frequently a YouTube video or something that I find online. So I saw you performing with Matt, in Georgia. I think it was
Oh.
earlier this year. Tell me about how you guys met each other. Was it a writer's room, or how did you cross paths?
I love me some Matt Rogers. I'm so excited. I do. He's just the freaking best. He's a big teddy bear. We actually played a show for Nashville Nights. Blue Foley, our friend, does a show in Denmark in September every year, a songwriter festival. So last year, I was invited. My friend Rachel Thibodeau, who's an amazing singer-songwriter herself, was also on this trip, and we were kicking around the festival together. And she's really good buddies with Matt. So we wound up kicking around with Matt one evening. There was a band jam in Denmark where they were encouraging the singer-songwriters to jump up and do like a cover with the band. So I was sitting sitting in this bar at a table chatting to Rachel and some of the boys from the Brummies, some of the artists that were there. And I heard someone on stage and my head flipped around. I was like, who the hell is on stage? It was Matt Rogers. First time I'd ever heard him sing. I hadn't seen him perform on this festival. He blew me away. And then we had the funnest night. We went and found shawarma kebabs in an alleyway in Denmark. It was the best, wonderful experience. And we've been good buddies ever since. And now we're playing some shows together, and I'm so excited.
Yeah, I we've enjoyed having Matt here. He's always got a great story, and he seems to be working. He's not seems to be. He's working very hard. He's out there putting the miles in and putting the hours in to get those shows out and building awesome ones.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And no one's more deserving of success. He's such a hard worker and such a good man.
So one of my questions was going to be what's next, but it sounds like you might have the routine and the discipline, and you're continuing just continuing to push ahead and keep writing.
Yeah, I mean, I book most people do book pretty far in advance in Nashville. So, yeah, the next couple of months between playing some live shows, can't wait for Ohio. Between that and the writing schedule, just head down, and I'm just trying to, when you've done it for 23 years, it's easy to burn out on it or lose some of the love or excitement for it. Rick Rubin, iconic producer, as we all know,
Yeah,
he said, I saw this clip. He said, don't write for outcome, write what is interesting. And every single day I go into the room and I go, screw the number one song, screw all of that. Let's write something interesting. Let's get weird. That's also my favorite phrase is let's get weird. Um, it adds a lightness to the room, but it's also like, okay, let's explore. We could phone it in. We could write a three quarter. It'd probably be a radio smash, but what if we pushed a little harder? And that keeps it so exciting for me.
I I love it when I hear something that I haven't heard before in a song that's weird. Like sometimes I'll give you an example. This past week I was on the lawnmower. I was cutting grass at my
Hmm.
house, and I was listening to grunge. Is what I told my phone to play for me. Give me grunge. I want high school music that I grew up on, and I heard something in I think it was a Bush song. And I was like, did they laugh when they wrote that? They had to
Hmm.
laugh when they wrote that, thinking like somebody 10 years from now is going to get what we were saying. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
but it just adds that much character to it. Or it
Oh,
could have meant something completely different than what I thought. Probably did.
yeah. Well, and the thing about taking big swings, and I swear to God, I say this three times a week, it, it's such a fine line between suck and brilliance. I don't know how else to tell you that.
Yeah. Yeah.
And or cheese and brilliance, it's like it's the finessing of language and all of that. But I cannot tell you how often I say this is either the worst idea I've ever said or you're gonna love it. And I can honestly say about 80% of the time, people love the idea. And it's a constant reminder to me, dare to suck, dare to say the shitty line. Even if it does suck, I'm telling you, it's leading the other writers. Their brains are going too. We're just freaking figuring it out together.
And yeah, it might not be the hook that
Yeah,
gets a million plays, but it got us. It was a step in the process. Somebody
yeah.
said something to get you there.
But
Yeah,
also, how do you change music? How do you be different unless you take swings?
yeah.
I'm not trying to fit in. I never have been. And in fact, I get weirder the older I get. But like I said, it keeps it interesting. I mean, my cuts speak for themselves. It's different stuff. It's Speakers for Sam Hunt. It's You Broke Up With Me, phrasing, weird phrasing, cool rappy things. Yeah, and then it's country stuff, man. If I could give anyone advice, sit down and try to have fun with it. Find the fun in it, you
Fine.
know?
Yeah, and get weird.
And get weird. Get as weird as you possibly can, please.
It's and it's probably not as weird as you think it is in the end,
It
right?
isn't. No, no, it's not. It's just a little bit different from everything else you're hearing on the radio, and we're trying to stand out.
Yeah, that's the key.
Yeah,
Now I'm gonna think about that for the rest of the day now.
I love it. Email me later. Tell me what you unpack with it.
Kylie, I appreciate you doing this and sticking with me through the technical issues we had to actually get the call going. So
Of
thanks.
course, my brother, I wouldn't have missed it. I'm so happy to see your face. I'm so excited to come play and meet everyone and meet you in person. And we're gonna have a damn good time.
Yeah, I'm extremely excited for you to meet what we jokingly call the congregation here
Yeah,
in the spirit room.
I
I
love
know
it.
they're excited, and we can't wait to have you guys here. So, thank you for taking the
Thank you,
time to do
brother.
this, and
Of
and
course.
can't wait to see you on August 16th.
I can't wait to be there.
All right, thanks.
Thank
Barefoot
you.
ladies, tricked out Mercedes, and people getting crazy on the boulevard.